Hi guys, Deb Acker here, back with another video. And the title of today's video is what to do if you find yourself accepting crumbs in your relationships. So first and foremost, if you have found yourself where, you're not really getting what you desire and you deserve in your relationships, right? If you found yourself, you're sort of just settling for whatever that person is willing to give you. First and foremost, know you are in the right place. I'm an intuitive relationship healer, and I work mainly with women to help them to heal their relationships, including and really especially with their relationship with themselves, because every relationship we have in our lives is based on the relationship we have with ourselves. So if we find ourselves where we're not honoring our feelings and we're leaving ourselves over and over again in relationship, like allowing things to happen, that aren't acceptable to us, and where we're accepting, less than we desire and deserve, and accepting crumbs in our relationships, understand that that is going to be reflected in every relationship you have, right? So the more that you have your own back, the more that you're able to honor your experience and honor your feelings, that's going to start to change. So what do we do though when we find ourselves accepting, crumbs in our relationships? First and foremost, let's ask why, right? Are you scared of not being liked? Deeper than that, are you scared that you're going to be abandoned, you're going to be left if you don't just accept, whatever that is that they're giving you? It's important that you understand this. It's important that you acknowledge that, right? Because you can't, if you don't realize what this is, or you don't even realize that you're doing this, how can you change it? And then from there, right, how do we start to shift this when we do find ourselves accepting, less than we desire and deserve? First and foremost, it's important to understand that, when we're doing this, we're in scarcity, right? And the truth of who we are as, human beings, as spiritual beings in this world, no matter what you believe in, is we are abundant, right? We are really infinite beings in a body. So to start to shift this, right, it's the willingness to be able to first acknowledge, okay, wait, I'm not getting what it is that I want in this relationship, or I'm accepting less than I desire and deserve, right? And then, you might have some feelings come up around like, I'm scared to acknowledge this, right? I'm scared that they will leave me if I do acknowledge this, right? And then with this, once you've kind of really gotten clear on those feelings and even started to acknowledge them, can you start to practice, even if it's like just seeing them in front of you at first and not actually saying this to them in person, but can you start to practice like, hey, I know you said that we can only get together once every 2 weeks, right? And I really need more. Because the truth of the matter, and this is a really important truth that you need to understand, is we think that if we have needs or that we ask somebody for something that they're not going to want to be with us and they're going to end up leaving. But the truth of the matter is so much of the time, it's when we don't do that they don't have respect for us, right? Because we're not respecting ourselves, right? They know they're not treating us in a kind way. They know they're not treating us respectfully. But when we don't put our foot down and say, you know what, that's not okay, and I need more, or some version of that, when we don't put our foot down and do that, they think that they can walk all over us, right? And then what ends up happening as a result of that is that, the fire goes out, because that's not hot, right? It's not, have you ever been around someone who just like lets you treat them in whatever way, like you want to, and it's not good, like that's not hot, right? So really understanding that, and then again, starting to practice, like, how do I ask for what it is that I need? You know what, honey, I would really love it if we could start to get together at least once a week, right? Or twice a week. Really ask for what you want. I mean, once a week, like, if you want more, ask for more, but you could work up to it, or at least let them know like, hey, I want to start here. Right? We've been doing this. This is not acceptable to me anymore. And I need us to, start to see each other at least once a week. That's where we at least need to go for the time being, right? So that is today's video. Now, if you are wanting to dive deeper into this material, I have a Putting an End to Painful Relationships masterclass. So if you have found yourself really struggling in relationships, right, and really not getting what you want in your relationships, and you're ready for this to truly be different for good, right? I would love to support you. So there's going to be details about that below. And either way, thank you so much for being here. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to support you, and I will look forward to seeing you soon.